I'm gonna show you my seat in the Borough Council today and tell you a bit more about our Borough Council, obviously. That's what this video is about. So, let's get started. Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another German politics video. As many of you know, I am a Borough Councillor myself, and our Borough Council is part of German politics, and so I thought I'd just make a video in this series about that. I'm gonna take you to the location where we are sitting. I'm gonna show you the location. I'm gonna tell you a bit more about the Borough Council, the parties in the council, and so on. So I filmed the location some time ago, so don't mind my camera heading there. I was not that experienced then, but the footage is exactly what I need for this video, so I'm going to use it. So let's just have a look. This is the community center where my Borough Council meets. It's usually used by the city cultural department. It's in the city part of Kinderhaus, one of the 3 city parts that are building my borough. And when we are sitting, they're setting up the place for us. There you can see all the chairs, tables, microphones already. And the darker chairs in the background are for citizens to come to have a look what we're doing there. Our meetings are public and everybody can come and watch and listen what we're doing. And that is obviously very important. With the stage you can see it's usually used for culture. On the head of the table there sits usually our borough mayor. He's the chair of our council and he's directly facing the viewers. And next to him there sit civil servants from the borough civil service. You can see a lot of chairs for visitors there. They're not always full, but depending on the topics we have on schedule, a lot of people sometimes do show up and use their right to be there. This is my seat, by the way, you see from the visitor's view now. And at the end you see the seat of the borough mayor and the civil servants, and sometimes people from different city departments come and sit there too because they report to us. Next to me is the seat of the left, then the Greens. That's a table for the press. That's the table of the borough mayor. And as you can see, we all have microphones because the visitors needs to understand us and we each other need to understand each other. It's even linked to a special system for hearing impaired persons so they can listen to us too. In the background you see something I'm going to explain later that's for public viewing of building programs we're having, and they have a right to see that too. The seat on the right is for the civil servant who does the protocols of our meetings. And those 2 seats are for members of departments of the city who come to report to us about special topics. And you see the white wall there because we also use some presentations there when the departments are reporting. I have to film this in an empty room because my colleagues won't allow that we stream or record our sessions. In other cities that's possible. In our Borough Council, unfortunately, it's not possible. There on the right, there are the seats of the Social Democrats and seats for the members of the City Council that have been elected in constituencies in our borough. So we have 2 members of the City Council of the Social Democrats, 1 member of the City Council of the Greens, and 1 member of the Christian Democrats, but he at the same time is the fraction leader of the Christian Democrats, and so he cannot only speak like the other City Council members, but he also can vote. And these 2 seats are for the 2 members of our Youth Council. We have a Youth City Council. They're not allowed to vote in our Borough Council, but they are allowed to speak and they are allowed to bring motions to our council. So to table motions and we will vote on them. And this, once again, is my seat. I sit right next to the members of the City Youth Council. Very close to the visitors, so they definitely can hear what I'm saying. Then, next to me, as I said, is the member of the left. Then there are the three Greens, and if he's there, their member of the City Council, who was elected in a constituency in Muenster North, in my borough. This is the seat for the member of the right-wing AFD, but who's not a member of that party anymore. And then there are the seats of the Christian Democrats. They are the biggest fraction in our Borough Council. Overall, we are 19 members, including the Borough Mayor, and that's the maximum number that a Borough Council can have in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. Our borough has round about 30,000 citizens live in there, so it's not that unimportant, and we're taking care of cultural stuff, of our clubs, of we are involved in building houses, we are involved in repairing streets and stuff like that. There's a clear separation between our duties and the City Council's duties, but a lot of things the City Council has the last word on, we are allowed to have our say. And you see a lot of art there. As I said, the cultural department is responsible, but at the time when I was filming, there was a lot of art from amateurs, you might say, mixed with professionals, because it's called the open wall. Everybody can put in art for this exhibition. And that was right off the time when I was filming, so it's quite nice so that I could show you the cultural part of the building as well. There you even see the poster of the open wall, and now you can see when I filmed this was right after the beginning of my channel with very primitive equipment, and that's why it's quite shaky. I hope you don't mind, but as I said, it will only be set up once a month, and my colleagues don't allow to film when we are meeting, so I had to do it that time, and I can't do it very often, so I had to use that footage now. And then we come to the part I mentioned before. If we have bigger building complexes, which we have to make new plans for 4 weeks these plans will be published, and people can table complaints for these projects. And that just happened that time. It was the project Langebusch-Westhofstraße. That's not very far from the building we're in right now. And as you can see, a lot of flats and houses are planned to be built there. And for 4 weeks, as I said, the people can table complaints. So I give you one last overview. But that's where we're sitting usually once a month, dealing with a lot of motions and bills with the people watching us, what we're doing. So we are quite transparent. And that was just supposed to be a quick look I wanted to give you into my work. It's part of German politics, as the most local part of German politics, but still an important one, because everything we do you can see right in front of your door if you're living in our borough. And so from my point of view, it's a very important part, because you see the effects immediately in the most times. And I say goodbye with a view on my chair again for that part. And now I come back to you myself. That's my Borough Council. I hope you didn't mind the footage, but they are only putting it up for our sittings, so it's not always there. So I couldn't just repeat it. But I hope you got a lot of information about this know a little bit more about what I'm doing in politics, and you enjoyed it. I just thank you for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell and the notification so you won't miss another video. But for now, have a nice day and see you soon.